Good evening and welcome along to Formula 2 Xbox here in BRL. You join us in qualifying in Mexico City as we watch these 14 drivers take part, see who can put the fastest lap down. I'm Carbon F1, currently joined by Noah. That might change here in a few minutes. So we see Taylor Clan 2008 currently going fastest. Actually, no, Cam. Nope. Cam and Taylor Clan seem to be switching it back and forth through sector 2. You're going through sector 2. Now Drix and Cam are switching back and forth, going into sector 3. Which is one of the most trickiest sections, because it's a hard braking zone right, and then tight left and right switchback into a long double right corner. It looks like Cam takes pole. Going through our qualifying order, it's Cam on pole, with Deer Hunter behind. Drix takes third place with unsighted Port 1 behind him. Ferrari Nut, Hey Catra, Eat Doggo, Mean Fern, Y88, Zach the Beast 42, Taylor Clan, Alphanesis, Joel GP, and Hoopalicious round out your top 14. This is a wet race. Ooh, this is going to be interesting. Here we are, going on to the formation lap. Zach the Beast leads us away with Y88 in second place. Mean Fern takes third, Yeet Doggo fourth. Hey Catcher 3124 is fifth. Ferrari Nut 94 is sixth. Unsighted Port is seventh. Drix is eighth. Deer Hunter's ninth. Cam is 10th. Taylor Clan is 11th. Alphanesis takes P12. Joel GP 88 takes 13th. And Delicious takes P14. So with it being Wednesday, this is our night for Formula 2. Tomorrow night, we have the realistic performance, which is basically a realistic race where the drivers race. And then Friday night, we have tiers 3 and 4, which are our equal performance tiers. And then Saturday, we have tier 1 and 2, which are our two fastest tiers here at BRL. Sunday, we have ACC tier 1, which is a lot of fun. And then Monday, I think we have ACC tier 2. Make sure you tune into all of those and support BRL. I'm now being joined by QBR20 Mumu. Welcome along.
Hello.
So drivers line up on the grid for the start of the race.
It's a full wet race. That's gonna be interesting.
Yeah, wet races are always a lot different because you see, if it's a wet to dry, it makes a really interesting strategy call. Then if it's just full wet, you can see who performs better in the wet, stuff like that. As it is lights out and away we go here in Mexico. Oh, carnage towards the back.
Meanfern with an incredible start, as well as Katra. And Zach dropping down the order. Don't know what happened to him. So Meanfern takes the lead from P3 on the grid. Port with an incredible start also from P7. Meanfern misses the corner, breaks a little bit too late. So that hands the lead to Port. And Ferrari in second. It is chaos in turn 1.
He is now going down towards turn 3 or 4. 4. Yeah, he's going down towards turn 4. Here's Taylor Clan on the inside of Meadfern. Now he's going around the outside.
It's a good little scrap between the two.
A little bit of contact.
Very little grip, so they have to be very careful not to spin. And Taylor gets the move done, has a little bit of a stop in the exit with a turbo lag.
Looks like Katra maybe not having the best of starts around here.
Yeah, I don't know.
Katra's already down into P11.
Yeah, I saw Katra up in I think like P4, and I don't know what happened to her. She dropped down to P11 now. And also, I think the big losers at the start were really Zach and Bob, who started on the front row, are now almost on the back row. So they've really lost out. Cam going on the inside of Joel. Joel goes off the track, trying to leave a bit of space. Cam goes on the inside of the hairpin. Can he get the move? He gets it stopped. And that's a good move from Cam. Up into P5. I believe got pole. And I think it's reverse top 10. And Hoop going around the outside of Joel. And they're side by side. Who has the better straight line speed going down the main straight? That is, I think, one of the longest straights in F1. And it looks like Joel's got the straight line speed, but it's still very close, so we'll see who's prepared to break the latest. And who breaks a lot earlier. Smart. Joel goes very deep into the corner. And Hoop sweeps through.
Hoop gets the switchback.
And thus brings Deere into the fight as well. So Deere gets through into P7. This gives Alphanesis the shot, so Joel from P6 might drop down to P9 in a space of 4 corners. Oh, and he almost spins, and he loses more positions. As Alphanesis looks like he's gotten through. And Port extending his lead to 1.2 seconds over Ferrari Nut. And Meanfern a further 4 seconds back, and Cam is right on the back of Meanfern. So Cam is going to try and get a move on and get past, because he seems to be a lot faster in these wet conditions. There's a yellow flag. And that is Joel, who's around and losing even more places and going into P12. Cam gets through on Meanfern. It's a very tight field between P3 down to like P8. So a lot of these people are all in contention for the podium. Taylor having a look at Meanfern, dropping a little bit farther back, but on the inside. Does he break later than Fern? Yes, he does. Very tight between the two. Small bit of contact, but no harm done. Taylor goes around the outside, gets the move done. A little bit of wheel spin. Gets up into P4. So the top 4 have all made up Sixers. Oh, made up a lot of positions together. Meanfern dives it, and Bois out of the session. He crashed into the pit lane, it looks like. But don't know what happened to him, or he's retired in the pits, not too sure. Coop also gets past Meanford, so Meanford not having a good first opening laps, dropping down the order. Deere also gets through. Side by side through the S's, you don't see this very often. But with the lower speeds and being in the rain, makes it a bit easier, and in the smaller cars. Deere Hunter cuts the corner and gets a 3-second time penalty, so that's going to really affect his race. And penalties are very easy to accumulate at Mexico.
Yeah, if you tuned into Tier 6 in Season 6 last season, I got disqualified within the first few laps. So it's definitely hard to
keep it on the track.
Yeah. That was in F1 with more downforce and a little bit easier to drive than the F2 cars.
I think it's easier to not get penalties in the rain because you're carrying so much less apex speed. It's easier to see exactly where the cars are going. Well, that's just me. But we have Alphanesis right on the back of Meanford, and Drix gets a 3-second time penalty, his second time penalty in the race.
Here goes Alphanesis down the inside, locks up a little bit.
A lot of contact.
Just goes into Meanford.
He doesn't overtake him, so no harm done.
Here's Zach and Katra going at it. Katra just got a little bit better exit than Zach. Gonna cost Zach some time down the straight.
Will Zach go for the big lunge? No.
No, he will not.
Oh, but Katra kind of missed the corner a little bit. Can Zach get the little
switch
sweat?
Back?
Nope, not enough grip. Katra just parking the bus, but it's pretty easy to keep position in the rain because you just kind of sit in the middle of the track around the inside and you somewhat cover them off, but Port stretching away, got the gap up to 2 seconds, 2.2, 2.1. That start from Port really made the difference, and also...
And here goes Alphanesis down the inside of Byrne on the straight.
Going around the outside, I don't think that will really work, so he's got to go for a little bit of cutback. But then it goes to the outside, which also doesn't really work here as well, so he's going to have to go for another switchback, which he does.
And another one.
But Meanfern positions that Trident very nicely. But who gets the better exit? Alphanesis in the dirty air. It's a bit of a snap, and Meanfern's got the exit on him. But Alphanesis will have the slipstream. Drix gets another time penalty, but he's down in last. And very far back, so it's not going to affect his position. Here comes Alphanesis on Meanfern. Will he brake late? He tries to. Locked up last time. He went to the side of him. He locks up again. Kind of scares Meanfern away from him.
It's further back. Zach gets past Katra.
But Zach goes very wide. And Katra gets through again. And Alphanesis and Meanfern are still battling. Will Alphanesis go for the lunge up the inside or around the outside? He goes for the outside, guessing to go for the switchback, which he does. Very nice move. But Meanfern tries to stick on the inside, touch the curb a little bit, affects his exit, and Alphanesis is through. And Zach gets through on Katra as well. They're still side by side.
Katra goes back on Zach.
Yeah, very respectful racing between the two, leaving lots of room. Katra has a bit of a snap. He's trying to go side by side through the S's. Katra just goes off the track, but keeps the position. Rain always makes F2 more interesting.
It definitely does.
Hoop closing on the back of Taylor. So one of the championship contenders, Taylor, who I don't know how far back he is, but I think it's like 60 points or so. We'll lose some more ground in the championship if Port does win this race, who's extended the gap to 2.6 seconds. Port just needs to keep it on the road, and he will keep extending his lead in the championship. Drix gets another time penalty. And the race is sort of just calmed down. There's not a whole lot of action. But as I say that, Zach right on the back of Katra. These two are still battling. Katra completely misses the corner.
Katra goes a little bit wide.
Says it bites Zach through. Katra gets on the curb.
Touch.
Again, very clean racing between the two. Katra with the better exit. So will we see a big lunge from Zach around the outside? Yes, we do. Can he hold it? Oh, very close. Catcher goes for the switchback, the smart move. She will have the
It's a little
inside
bit better
line.
exit.
Who gets the better run? Very even run between the two. Ferrari not gets a time penalty. Cam is almost within that 3-second window. Oh, Catcher goes very wide again, but keeps the position again. These two are really scrapping here. Joel gets a time penalty. So Cam right now is on for P2, just barely. He's just barely within that 3-second window. So that'd be very good for Cam to get a P2. I don't know what happened to Zach, but Zach went very, very wide. Broke a little bit too late. As Joel also joins this fight as well. So will we see a three-way fight between the three? Oh, yeah, three-way fight between the three. That's where it is. Not too much going on. The gaps are pretty big. Oh, but again, Zach and Castro back at it again. These two are really providing the action in Formula 2, which is what we like to see on the main straight. Castro's going defensive. Brakes much later. Oh, Catra brakes way too late.
Oh, Catra.
Braking way too late. Has to take to the escape road. I don't know if that's an escape road, but the safe route to rejoin. Does not get a time penalty, but extends the gap to Zach.
Yeah, and here's Joel GP on Zach.
Making a move.
Gets past him. So here goes Zach, trying to go back down the inside and try and keep that position.
Oh, it's very tight. Oh, and Zach goes off the track. There was enough space for him, but he drove off the track. Joel on the inside. Looks like he's got the move.
Just pushes him a little bit.
Oh, and gets a bit of wiggle on the exit, but got the move done on Zach. And also, I want to point out, Cam has really closed in on Ferrari now. The gap has really come down. I think it was like 2.8 seconds in the last lap, but it's down to 1.5. So Cam is definitely within that window. But Cam will definitely fight as Cam sets the fastest lap. We know Cam will want to get past on track. So he's going to push to get within, get a move on Ferrari nut. The closest fight on track is Joel and Catra, within 3/10 of each other. Well, it's half a second now, but let's see who gets the better run to have a move into turn one. Joel sliding around everywhere. Lost a lot of time to Catra, so don't think he's gonna be able to have a move. As Cam is within a second of Ferrari Nut, so Ferrari Nut is not having a good couple of laps. He's dropped like 2 seconds to Cam, so Ferrari Nut is really struggling now. Joel gets past Catra, and this brings Zach right back into this. While he's left the session, Zach gets through on Catra, so these three are really scrapping. Catra on the...
Catra tries to go down the inside.
Drix retires in the pits, it looks like, yeah. So Catra off the track, stays ahead of Zach. And Catra comes off, Zach diving the inside, gets a little bit wiggly on the exit. Yitol gets a time penalty. I don't know if that's going to affect him. Well, it's going to affect him if he wants to try and get in front of Fern. Now he needs to get in front and pull the 3 seconds to get P8. The battle I really want to see is between Cam and Ferrari. If Cam can close up just a little bit farther, try and get a move. And the three people that have been providing all the action so far, Zach and Catra, are very close together with Joel up ahead. He was covered from getting a move. You have them weaving around a little bit, which is within the rules, but there's a limited amount of use. I don't know how many you can do. Oh,
here goes Zach.
Very, very late, very late.
Keeps it from spinning. He just kind of went a little bit too late on the brakes and couldn't make the move work. Right now, it looks like Alpha Nesis is closing in on Deer Hunter.
Cam also gets a time penalty, so Cam does need to make a move on track. Cam's going for it down the inside, brakes super late. He makes the corner, outbraking Ferrari and his teammate.
Here goes Alpha Nesis trying to make a move on Deer Hunter. Deer Hunter goes defensive. Swerves to the side. Looks like Alpha Nesis is going to line up for another switchback.
Which we have
this
seen
time
from
on
him
Deer
as well.
Hunter.
Can he make the switch back work? No, because Deer Hunter made the corner perfectly because he was in front going to the corner, so he did not need to brake late. Ooh, Deer a little squiggly.
Deer just has a little bit of moment.
Yeah, he's really sliding around there. The Deer going to the inside to break the toe. Cover the inside from Alpha Nesis, who's not really gaining on the straights. At the end of the straight, though, is where it really makes the difference. Deer goes a little bit deep. That's okay as long as you get your exit set. Which he sort of does. Will we see a late lunge from Alpha Nesis? Will he go for it?
Nope, Alpha Nesis just
Oh, Deer
stays.
almost losing the rear on the brakes, which is very common in these cars. Oh, and I didn't see that. Cam got through on Ferrari now. I don't know when that happened. Okay then. Did none of that happen. And Hoop, who's been on the back of Taylor this whole race, can't find a way to slip past Taylor. Zach gets a penalty.
Zach picks up the 3 second.
Hey, he's dropped back from Katra. Almost 2 seconds. With the time penalty, it'll be almost 5 seconds. Cam sets another fastest lap. Trying to close it on Port, but unless Port makes a huge mistake, Port should have this win. With a 5 second gap, closing that down in, I don't know, I think 4, I guess it would be, counting this up.
Yeah.
Alpha Nesis closing in on Deer again. He's a lot closer than last time. Will he try and make a move? No, backs off early. Tries, gonna set up for turn 4. They get very even exits, so I don't think Alpha Nesis will be able to make a move on Deer. So he's just gonna be stuck behind. But Deer does have
Goes a little further back.
Yeah.
Here goes Zach on Jolt GP. As they touch a little bit. Joel GP is just staying ahead. Oh, as they... Zach goes into the back.
Yeah, it's a big slide.
Back of him a little bit.
Big moment. Yeah, and I think so far this race, Cam has definitely showed the best pace with the fastest lap, and pulling that 1.3 seconds on Ferrari, and he has closed into Port a little bit by a few tenths, but I doubt it'll be enough to actually close the 5 seconds. Another fastest lap. Ooh, Alpha Nesis is a lot closer. If he gets a good exit, he could have the move here on Deer. Ooh, they're both sliding around again.
On exit.
Yeah, Alpha Nesis really close this time, within 2 tenths. And these F2 cars are really, like, they need the momentum, so the slipstream at the end of the straight is where it's very effective. So Deer squeezing Alpha Nesis all the way over. Alpha Nesis brakes very late. Deer makes the apex. Oh, Alpha Nesis broke way too late, so Deer stays in front for another lap. And lives to play for another day. Oh, Hoop on Taylor. Finally, Hoop is actually being able to close up enough. Goes for the big switchback.
Looks like Hoop goes, yeah, goes down the inside into this
Taylor
double apex right.
sets at the exit, but it's not enough. So Hoop gets through, but Hoop does have a time penalty. Yeah, he's got a 3 second, and Taylor doesn't. So Taylor just needs to stick within 3 seconds and not get a penalty. And he has this P4 still. Alphanesis within 1 or 2 tenths of Deer. Will he get a good exit and have a move going to Sector 3, the stadium section? We've seen a few moves through here.
Ferrari nuts into the pits.
Why is he pit? What are you doing?
Tires.
It's not a very smart decision. There's only 2 laps of the race left. I don't know why would you pit. You might as well, even if you're in puncture range, I would risk that.
Yeah.
You're on the podium.
So here goes Alphanesis making a move on Deer Hunter.
Again on the outside.
Trying to go around the outside.
Did he brake too late again? Oh, they touch a little
touch.
bit. Yep. Deer at the small moment.
Deer Hunter just has the inside line.
But Alphanesis gets a spear exit.
Alphanesis gets an absolutely amazing exit.
And stays in, gets in front. But Deer is going to go for another dive again. Down the inside, they leave lots of room. It's a very good racing from these two.
Deer squeezes back past. But here comes Alphanesis down the inside.
They're both really sliding around here in the rain. And they're going to go
side by side into the S's.
And
so Deer Hunter goes in front.
Yeah, Alphanesis let them through. Might see another battle into the stadium section if he gets a better exit, which he does. Deer has a bit of a moment, and he can sneak on the inside before Deer can cover that off. Deer's going to squeeze him all the way to the inside, but he's going to have to open up the corner a little bit to have the shot. Cam's at another fastest lap. Oh, they touch a little bit, and Deer gets through again. So Alphanesis is going to go for one of his switchbacks again. And Cam's closed that gap down. I think in total by about a second now. Patrick gets a time penalty. It's not really gonna, well yeah. No, it doesn't affect your position.
Here goes Alphanesis gaining on Deer Hunter once again. Now within 1.5 tenths, will he go for a move into turn 1? Looks like he won't. Just tries to keep it on the track and stay with Deer so he can make another move. It's down into turn 4. Here goes Alphanesis, maybe around the outside. No, just sets up for one of his famous switchbacks. Now goes around the outside, gets squeezed off the track. They touch a little bit. Going for another switchback.
Not really gonna work though, because he didn't hit the apex properly. He's trying to go around the outside. Going
side by side through the stadium section.
That's that section, not the stadium, but yeah. I don't think going around the outside there.
Oh, that's a very good move from Alphanesis. Just couldn't quite make it work on the final lap. Deer Hunter has a penalty though, so Alphanesis automatically has its position, it looks like. Alphanesis gets a little bit squirrely on the exit. Comes sideways across the line to finish P5. Further behind, there's more carnage. Looks like everybody's spinning across the line. Next to the line is Katra. Will? Yes, she will. Here comes Zach through the stadium section now. It's a little bit deep on the brakes. That corner pretty well. Slides a little bit. Oh, will he make it? Yeah, he will. He keeps it out of the wall. without damage as he goes backwards across the line to finish this race. Hoopalicious picks up driver of the day. Great clean racing from these drivers here in Mexico. Going into race two, will we see another race like this one? Or will we see more close racing like we did with Alphanesis and Deer Hunter? So as it stands, unsighted port 1 picks up P1 with Cam in P2. Taylor Clan picks up P3, Hoopalicious P4, Alphanesis P5, Deer Hunter P6, Meanfern P7. Ferrari Nut 94 is in P8, Eat Doggo picks up P9, Hey Catcher in 10th, Joel GP in 11th, Zach the Beast in 12th, and Drix and Bois unfortunately not finishing the race.
And Port extends the championship lead over Taylor even more, which currently it's a 65-point gap, but those points are not updated yet, so don't know how much the gap it is now.
We have a nice sunny dry day for race 2.
Get a mixture of both conditions, which I'd say is good to see.
Wait for these drivers to ready up. Mumu, walk me through your predictions for this race.
For the podium?
Yeah.
I reckon Cam P1, Port P2, and I'm gonna say Hoop rounds out the podium. That's my prediction for the podium.
Here we go on the formation lap. Cam starting P1, Deer Hunter P2, Drix P3, Port P4, Ferrari Nut P5, Hey Catcher 6th, Eat Doggo 7th, Meanfern 8th, Bois 88 9th, Zach the Beast 42 picking up a nice P10. Taylor Clan starts pretty far back, which won't help him very much in this championship fight. Alphanesis starts P12 with Joel GP, Hoopalicious, and Days Freak rounding out your top 15.
I didn't realize Hoop was P14. I wouldn't have said Hoop on the podium if I knew he was P14. I didn't realize that. But you can still make a lot of places. There's 20 laps, and F2 is quite chaotic usually, so lots of battles, so Hoop has plenty of chances to make up positions. Cam's smashing through all the sponsor boards. Don't really know what he's doing. Having a bit of a laugh, I guess, but...
Yeah, will Cam be able to fly away like that styrofoam did, or?
Who knows? Cam has shown
Deer
very
and
good
Drix
pace.
behind be able to. Two behind him be able to fight for. Could be the race win.
Will we see the classic? Oh, Cam doing a bit of drifting. Gets some heat into his tires. Will we see the classic Mexico where P3 gets the crazy slipstream and gets into P1?
here we go onto the grid. Our last driver lines up in his position.
5 red lights.
5 lights are on. It's lights out and away we go in Mexico for round 2. It looks like Port gets a really good start.
Okay, I'm weaving
Going
around a
up
lot.
into P3.
That's what I'm thinking in regulation.
Here goes Ferrari Nut on Port.
Ooh, front end loses under braking a little bit. And Deere actually gets through on camera around the outside. That's a very good move. Drix has dropped down the order. He started, I think, P3 and has dropped down all the way to P10.
Not a very good start.
Nope, Boot making a move on Alphanesis around the outside. Boot going around the outside of a couple people. There's a lot of people trying to go on the inside. He sweeps on the outside of Zach. And Cam gets the move done on Deere. Deere and Port side by side. Port has to back out. This is allowing Cam to build a gap up and run away.
It looks like further back, Taylor Clan might be trying to make a move on Ferrari Nut.
Is he close enough to go for a dive? Nope. Oh, he almost hits the back of Ferrari Nut. Did he go for a move with the hairpin? Nope, I think he just went for main straight. Hoop through on Drix. Drix goes for the switchback. Can't get it done. Track's not wide enough there. Alphanesis and Zach side by side. Yep.
Trading positions.
Alphanesis squeezes Zach as far wide as possible. Cam with the fastest lap on the first lap, obviously. He crossed the line first. Has a 1 second gap already. And Port going on the grass to be a fast Deere on it. Making lots of contact. But he stays behind, because if you pass him through the grass like that, fully off the track, that would be an illegal overtaking. You have to get close back. Meanford and Joel side by side. Meanford gets in front around the outside.
Ferrari Nut and Taylor going at it.
Yep, side by side.
Or no, Ferrari Nut and Port.
Oh, yeah, it's Port. Oh, it's a three-way fight. Oh, Rhino goes on the inside and breaks way too late. Might have broken Port's front wing. Oh, and they're 3 wide. And Port gets forced off, and Rhino goes off himself. So Port not having a good time here. He might have a bit of front wing damage from that. Ferrari not missing his braking point and braking way too late. He's smashing to the side of Port. And Taylor was benefiting from this, and made up 2 positions. Drix gets the time penalty. Oop gets through on Meanfern. What is going on here?
Whoa! That's a pile up.
That looks like, I want to say a brake, like a brake check or something. Because Ferrari just stopped in the middle of the track.
Is Ferrari not going to be able to get going again?
His wheel might be disconnected, it looks like.
Yeah.
Yep, and he's disqualified. And Cam extended that gap to 1.5 seconds. So the championship leader, Port, down to P11, I'm assuming with lots of front wing damage.
Zach looks at a move. It's up ahead. Alphanesis maybe getting into the back of Drix a little bit.
Alphanesis gets
there goes
past
Catra trying to make a move.
Alphanesis gets past Catra, which invites Port to go through as well on the inside. Port might go for the move on Alphanesis. Does he brake late enough? Alphanesis leaves the space. Port can't quite get through. The catcher comes through on the inside again. Can't get the move done. This is a lot closer than the rain. The gaps are a lot closer. Zach gets the time penalty. Catcher runs very wide. Joel makes a move on Yutago.
Alphanesis is looking at a move on Drix.
Yep, trying to set up the exit. There's 3 people in front. Well, a lot of people in front of him, but 3 very close people, so. Oh, and that invites Port right through. Taylor sets the fastest lap of the race. And Port went through at the final corner off Anesis, who was compromised. Catcher also making a move. It'll be a drag race. I think they'll both have DRS. So it's who has the lower wings. Looks like
Looks like Catra is just inching ahead.
Yep. Not really picking up any slipstream. Who breaks the latest?
Down into turn 1. Here goes Alphanesis.
Around the outside.
Trying to go around the outside.
Breaks very late.
Catra gets the inside line.
Alphanesis leaves the space.
Doesn't have a very good exit.
Yep, not a good exit. And these F2 cars, it's all about the exit because they have so much turbo lag. Oh, Port breaks way too late and hits the back of Yidoggo. Yidoggo lagging a bit. Port goes around the outside. Looks like Port's front wing is intact. And he is making up positions, so I don't think his front wing damage. Cam gets a time penalty. That is very, very big for this race. Cam does not have that 3-second gap yet over Deer. Joe gets another penalty. That's 6 seconds for him.
Yeah, as we said before, it's not the easiest to keep the cars on track here, with especially a lot less a lot less downforce.
Yep. I don't know what happened to Yidoggo, but he lost, I think, about 3 or 4 positions.
He's into the pits. Maybe wing damage?
Or maybe he's going for the undercut. I don't know. But they do have to pit in this race. Yellow flag for Bois, who has a bit of a spin.
Able to get going again.
Drix and Port side by side.
Yeah, Yidoggo pitted for damage. Just changing its front wing.
Okay. As Port gets through on Drix. So Port on that recovery drive with that into Ferrari with Ferrari net. Don't really know what happened. It looks like Ferrari net just stopped in the middle of the track. Don't know why. Port up in the P6. And we know championship leader Port is obviously very fast in these F2 cars, so he should be able to close this gap down on Meanfern. But there's still a lot of this race left. We're only on lap 5 of 20, so we still have a round of pit stops to do, so there's still so much that can happen in this race.
Alphanesis tries to go side by side with Drix through the S's. Just can't really make it work. He backs out.
Port gets a time penalty also. I saw that. I was on board with him. But there's still a long way to go in this race, so he could get more penalties. Everyone else could get penalties, so who knows?
Yeah, with 14 laps left in this race,
yeah.
Anything can really happen.
Port sets the fastest lap. Alphanesis closing in on Drix. Don't know. Does Drix have the DRS?
Yes.
Yeah, he does. Cam gets another time penalty. 6 seconds now. So...
Oh, Alphanesis locks the rears maybe a little bit. Spins it.
It's very easy to do in these F2 cars with the overspeed, trying to outbrake people with their brake bias towards the rear. If you have it too far forward, then you'll end up locking up the fronts too much. But yeah, Cam with those 6 second penalties, that is going to drop him down the order. Down to, it looks like P...
Here goes Alphanesis down the inside into the double right.
Yeah, and Drix basically lets him through.
Work.
And Hoop gets a time penalty. So everyone slowly picking up these time penalties. Alphanesis also gets one. Catcher makes it through on Drix. Drix gets another time penalty. 9 seconds now, so...
Yeah, the penalties are really racking up now.
Yeah, and we're not even halfway through this race yet. Oh, Drix goes for a bit of a spin. Too early on the throttle. So to not ruin anyone's race other than his own.
He's pitting.
That's fair enough.
Looks like maybe some wing damage.
Oh, he sped in the pits as well, so now he's up to 14 seconds penalty, and he retires in the pits.
Oh, retires.
No surprise there. So we have a little bit of a DRS train between Fern, Port, and Alphanesis. They're into the train together, battling up for P5.
And here goes
Port.
Here goes Port on Fern.
Got a way better exit with the DRS around the outside, with the full car length ahead. And Fern does not have anything to answer to that. Can't go up the inside. A little bit too far back. That's going to leave him vulnerable with Alphanesis. Now only 2 tenths back. Fern has a little bit of a slide.
Alphanese is squeaking.
Yeah, trying to go through on the grass. On the inside, this can never end well. Bit of contact made.
They touch?
But...
Yeah, they touch and Alphanesis just backs out a little bit.
Yeah, but he kept it on the road. Kept it in a straight line. Base Freak gets a time penalty. His first one of the race. Alphanesis going for the move into the stadium section on the inside. Makes the corner nicely. Leaves enough space on the outside. Now they're side by side into the hairpin. I'm assuming he'll go for a cutback. Yes, he does. But not enough space to go through. This battle will continue onto the straight, with DRS being very powerful. And it looks like Alphanesis should sail past, because Fern will not have DRS, I don't think, so... Yep, Fern does not have DRS, so Alphanesis should just sail right past. Goes to the inside. Gets there into P6.
It's Joel GP retires, I believe, in the pits.
Yep, he retired in the pits. And Cam making some mistakes here, because the gap was 1.6 seconds, but now the gap's down to just over a second. So, Cam not having the race he would have wanted, getting all those penalties, and having his lead cut down to less than a second now. So Cam's gonna have to pull something off here to try and win this race still.
Yeah, it looks like everybody's just kind of spreading out now.
Yep.
Making the best of what they can do. Catra's gaining on Meanfern.
Yep.
Maybe looking to make a move here in the next couple of corners.
Might go for a move in the stadium section, which has been surprisingly a very popular overtaking spot, which you wouldn't expect at this Mexican circuit.
So here goes Catra.
On the inside.
Down the inside.
Makes the corner, has the inside line. Gives a little bit of a tap. Meanfern goes on the inside, makes the corner. Meanfern has to back out.
Catra.
Gets in front.
Catra's fully ahead.
But Meanfern will have the DRS down the straight, so Catra might have made a bit of a mistake here. Alphanesis has the fastest lap, so Alphanesis on the pace. But I don't think Catra will be able to defend from this. Yep, Meanfern gets through.
His Fern sails right by.
And Zach also.
That puts Zach. Yeah, Zach now going for it. Catra goes a little bit wide.
Might put the warning, but doesn't have DRS because you get the double DRS. If you're in DRS for the, oh, Meanfern goes very deep. If you get DRS for the main straight, you'll also get it until they're going down to turn 4. Which personally I don't like. It's very easy to hold position then. Fern stretching away from Catra. Let the gap up to 7/10. Zach right on the back of Catra now, only 2 tenths behind, but they both have DRS, so they will not close in much.
Maybe even losing a little bit of time. Just because of his exit.
This will be a 3-way fight down the straight.
His Alphanesis is closing up to Port now. It's within half a second.
Yep, Port does not have the DRS, so Alphanesis should close in a lot. I don't know if they'll make the move. Closing in. Yeah, it looks like he'll try and make a move. Alphanesis goes to a little bit of a dummy around the outside of the championship leader. And he has to back out. I guess he'll set up the exit for turn 4 because he'll have the DRS again. Port goes wide. Yep, got the superior exit and DRS. Port's gonna have to cover the inside here. And he doesn't. Alphanesis might be through. Port giving very little space to Alphanesis, but just enough. Gets on the curb and keeps the position. Going defensive for the next corner, so Alphanesis can't dive up the inside. And Port keeps his P5.
And it looks like Zach is now closing onto the back of Meanfern. His Catra must have got back past Fern.
Yep, Hoop gets another time penalty, getting his count up to 6 seconds. The only people without penalties are... Oh, Port going tactical here, letting Alphanesis through for DRS onto the main straight. I was going to say the only people without penalties are Deer, Taylor, Catra, Meanfern, Bois, and Yitago. Port gets another time penalty. That is not good for his race. Hoop is into the pits. I think he's the first one to box. A new set of tires. I guess going for a bit of an undercut here on everyone. Yellow flag.
Just going slowly.
I don't know. Maybe it was just a fake yellow. I don't know, because no one was around.
Yeah. Yeah, it was hoopalicious.
Don't really know why.
Pits.
Don't know why it would cause a yellow flag sitting in the pits. But
Yeah, this game sometimes just doesn't work right.
yep, Korn going for the move on Alphanesis around the outside. Goes for the switchback. Can't make it work. Alphanesis and Port, both who have shown good pace in Formula 2, are having a nice stretch. So I'm assuming we'll be boxing probably this lap or next lap.
As it looks like right now our closest battle is Alphanesis and Port.
Let's see, will any of them come into the pits and go for the undercut? If I was Port, I would probably go for the one-lap undercut. And he chooses to stay
Port
out.
stays out.
Interesting.
DRS, I believe.
Taylor's in for the Super Sauce. Where will
Port
he
has
put her?
DRS.
And indeed, will he have enough straight line speed to close in? Block at the time penalty. Port cannot close in enough. Brakes very, very late. Zach gets the penalty for speeding in the pit lane. Port will have DRS again. Have another shot at Alphanesis in the turn 4. Way too far back. Oh, Alphanesis has a bit of a moment on the brakes.
Goes around the outside.
Port, yep. Port gets
Does he
through.
make the move stick? Yes, he does.
Gets through into provisional podium position. As Taylor filtered out into some nice clean air, so Taylor will make this, I guess, undercut work, and will make up time. Oh, Port goes a little bit wide, going defensive, and lets Alphanesis through again. Support playing games again.
Just trying to go for that DRS.
Under the gas straight, yeah, and on to run to turn 4. Will any of them box? Nope.
Port boxes.
Yep, Port going for the undercut. Oh, sliding into the pit lane.
He's trying to avoid that 5-second penalty.
Deere also is into the pits, so Cam stays out. Alphanesis stays out. Meanfern stays out. Catcher pits. Hoop going for the... I think Hoop is the first person to pit. Hoop sets the fastest lap, so let's see where Hoop will come out. Hoop is not too far off Taylor and Deere. So Taylor has made the undercut work on Deere, because I believe Deere was in front of Taylor. He definitely made the undercut work. So I'm assuming Cam, Alphanesis, Meanfern, and all the others who haven't stopped yet will be probably boxing this lap.
Yeah, I would have to think if they haven't stopped yet, they're probably going to. The next lap or two.
Yeah. But those tires are definitely going off, and the Super Softs are definitely the way quicker tire at this point, seeing Hoop setting the fastest lap. Catcher is closing in on base freak. Hoop gets another time penalty. His count-up is up to 9 seconds now. Catcher makes a move on Days Freak into the S section, around the outside. He gets the move done. Very nice move.
Cam stays out. Alphanesis pits. Fern pits.
So Cam really going for the overcut, getting those fresh tires for the end. And Taylor is, yeah, net P2. And Deere is just out of the DRS, so Deere is definitely lost out. Where will Alphanesis come out in this frame? Meanfern's also in the pits. And Ford will get past Alphanesis. Cam gets another time penalty, so I don't think Cam can win this race now, being on 9 seconds. But yeah, Ford gets to move on Alphanesis, but Alphanesis does have the newer tires. I think. One now. Another yellow flag. Don't know what that was for. He thought it was in. Days Freak and Cam are the ones at the top. Cam is in for the race leader. Into the pits. Where will he filter out?
Taylor's just now going into the final turn. It's going to be close.
And yep, Taylor's very clear of Cam, so Cam's overcut has not worked. Hoop hits again.
Taylor and Deere.
Hoop hits again and retires in the pit lane. Don't know why Hoop retired. He was in the run for P4, it looked like. So Cam has definitely not made this overcut work, but has the freshest rubber. Deere is still in with a shot to win, not having a penalty, having slightly newer tires than Taylor, and being in DRS. Days Freak is last.
Itago now retires.
Yeah. Days Freak, last one.
Safety car.
Oh, it's a safety car.
Safety car.
That is... okay then. This helps Cam, but also doesn't. It helps him because he gets another shot at getting into the lead, but he also has those penalties that will not help with Bueller behind.
Now it looks like Itago just had a little bit of a moment in the S section and hit the wall
Backwards.
and ended his race. Deer Hunter into the pits. So we all now form up behind the beautiful red Mercedes safety car.
Zach speeds into the pit lane.
And so right now, the only ones without penalties are Taylor, Catra, Mean Fern, and Deere.
Yep. Penalties are very easy to accumulate around here, and that has not treated a few of these drivers well. But Cam is P2 on track, so there's no way he can really win this race unless a lot of people make mistakes. Because he's only going to have a couple laps of racing.
There's not much to talk about under the safety car in terms of racing. So I'll ask everybody watching, who's your pick for the Super Bowl this weekend? I personally, I'm going to go for the Bengals. Being from Ohio and not seeing an Ohio team in the Super Bowl for 31 years, This is really, really good for the Bengals.
Will safety car be in this lap? I don't think so.
Now I think we've got
One more lap.
one, maybe two,
I don't think it'll be too big.
depending on how quick.
Yes.
Eh.
We'll most likely have 2 laps of racing.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Yep, safety car's on in, so we'll be out 4 more laps.
Hopefully this will be the final lap of the safety car. This has really helped with the tire strategy, because now you've got fresher tires than you would on a normal lap 18 with no safety car.
If Cam had no
So that
penalties, he could definitely be easily with a shot with this win, because he has 3 lap fresher tires than Taylor.
I mean, even 3 seconds could be doable around here. It wouldn't be easy, but I bet Cam could make it happen.
Yep, if there's more laps, I have confidence in Cam's pace to be able to build up a gap, but not enough laps to be able to build up a 9-second lead, so Cam's probably just gonna put on a show for us.
And it should be safety car in this lap, as Bois is now caught up to the pack.
Yep, safety car will be
Was
in
it
the
Bois?
Yep, Bois in the back of the patch.
No, it's Days Freak all the way at the back.
Oh, the order is very messed up then, because it's Bois in last. Good help. Thank you, Buildmasters.
Great game. Well, actually, with the way lapped cars are, it could be that where they are on track, because Bois is ahead of Zach, but not in the standing. So once you get basically to the bottom 3 or 4, it goes all messed up. Great game, Codemasters. Yeah, Bois is a lap down.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Yep, so Taylor setting up this restart. Cam really close behind, and Taylor is gone, has a big snap, and Alphanesis with a
Big
fantastic
snap.
restart, making the move on Cam. Taylor getting the slipstream, or no, Cam getting the slipstream off Taylor, so Cam will have that straight speed advantage, and gets back through.
Alphanesis just trying to stick his nose in there.
Yep. And Cam goes around the outside like Max Verstappen. Will he have the move done? Yes, he does. It looks like for now, at least. Yep, Cam makes a move around the outside. That's a very, very good move. And Katra might be in the move in the contention for the podium here if she keeps her nose clean and has no penalties.
Deer Hunter gets ahead of Bean Fern.
Yeah, and Cam holds his lead, but his 9 seconds of penalties. So again,
Alphanesis gaining on Port a little bit.
Katra gets a tie
trying to.
penalty.
Oh, Katra.
That ruins her, basically her chances for the podium here, it looks like, so far. Katra trying to go side by side with Deer, has to back out.
Now, I think Katra's still in contention. Just barely for...
Looks like P4, maybe, or P5. Yeah, onto the final lap here. Who can make moves?
Not much action going on.
Not yet.
Maybe. Taylor gets back ahead of Cam.
Will Cam go for a move? He goes around the outside brake super late. Will he stick his nose up the inside? Of course he will. And he keeps on the inside. Taylor leaves room. Oh, this is carnage. And this...
Sport tries to stick his wing in there.
And right now, Deer Hunter's on for P2. If he keeps it on the track. I guess no penalties. He will get a P2 here. And we will see Alphanesis on the podium as well at this point. And Taylor should win. Going to the stadium with Cam. Always gonna fight. Down the inside. Taylor lets him through. I think Taylor just wants to get this race win. Cam goes a little bit too deep. Deer on the Deer on the inside of Alphanesis. Gets it through. Oh, Cam and Taylor side by side. Barging each other out of the way.
Side by side through the last corner.
Coming across the line. Deer.
Taylor wins it.
Yep. And Deer comes P2. Meanford out of nowhere. P3. With no penalties.
It's a great end to the race. Just a nice little 2-lap sprint to finish it off.
Yep. That was an interesting last couple of laps. That's what the safety car could do. You can make an interesting couple of laps. And Meanford gets driver of the day. So podium for this race is Taylor in P1 closing the championship on the championship gap to Port by 19 points. So it's Taylor, Deer, and Meanford rounding out the podium with no penalties. The top three with no penalties. So it shows you can get a good result if you have no penalties.
And Mumu, do you want to run them through our finishing order?
Yeah. Okay. Weekend. Yep. So Taylor takes the P1 in the weekend, Cam in P2, and ahead of Port by 1 point in P3. Deer another point behind in P4, and then it's a little bit of a drop down by 4 points to Alphanesis, who is a point ahead of Meanfern. And then it goes Katra, Hook, Days Freak, Zach, Ferrari Nut, Bois, and then the rest have scored no points.
Yeah, overall a really, really great weekend.
Yep, but
Great
conditions.
driving from these drivers.
Yep.
Great driving from these guys. Amazing racing between, notably, Alphanesis, Deer Hunter, Katra, Port. Everybody just had great overtakes and... Yeah. Mumu, can you invite our top 3 for podium interview?
Yep. I don't have Cam added. Can you invite Cam?
Yeah.
And who is P3? I forgot. Port. Okay. Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
So
Go ahead and start with.
Cam. So Cam, you got P2 in the the standings for this weekend. So talk me through your weekend.
Yeah, first race, I was just pushing catch port. I couldn't catch port, so I was just getting fast laps for the extra points. I did pole too, which helped. And then the second race, I just had too low pressures. So I had no pace at all. Even 300 kept up with me, so I was a bit down bad.
And also, those time penalties really costing you in the end with the 9 seconds.
Yeah,
Seeing.
kind of sold the bag once again.
Yeah, and the top 3 were the ones with no penalties, so it really shows you can get a really good result as long as you don't get time penalties. Oh, Port has joined. So I guess I'll interview Port. Port?
Yep.
Make sure your audio is included.
Yeah, it is.
Okay, so talk me through your weekend.
Sprint race was fine. Ferrari shoved me off the track in the feature, and then I actually mounted his car going into the stadium sections somehow because this game's broken. And I went from like 3rd to 11th, and then it was kind of just recovery from there. Got pens. Yeah.
Yep, I saw that. I don't know what happened to Ferrari. He got disqualified. He was stopped on the track. So I don't know what happened to him, but
I
yeah.
don't know. He's threatening to come harm me in the chat right now, so that's kind of his problem.
Yeah, I saw he went really down. Did you get damaged in that race? Because he went down the inside and really made a lot of
No,
contact
I
with
didn't
you.
get. I never had damage.
Huh. I don't know how you not get damaged. That was big contact, but congratulations being on the podium for this weekend and just keeping the championship lead.
Yep, congratulations. Cam, I'll go back to you for 1 second. You ran absolutely incredibly this weekend. You definitely would have had the win if it weren't for your penalties. What were you thinking in the last 2 laps of the race?
That man's on YouTube. That man's on YouTube.
What?
Okay, then we're moving on to you, Taylor.
I thought you were talking to Taylor. Never mind.
Report your mic.
Taylor, you had an amazing weekend. Run me through your thought process the last 2 laps of the race. That last little sprint.
Battled deer. That was like the only person that I could see around me that didn't have a penalty, and I knew you were not going to be able to pull 3 seconds on a lap or more. Like Cam would have had to pull like 4.5 seconds a lap on me, which wasn't going to happen. So yeah, just maintaining, not getting a penalty, making sure Cam doesn't turn in on me, because I feel like it's something you do.
Oh God.
Anything else?
Mumu, do you have any questions?
No, congratulations on winning the weekend and closing the championship gap a little bit.
Yeah, clear the field.
Well, that's it from me. Thank you for watching this amazing